oui, bonsoir. I'm the Mademoiselle and Sassy Dizium Chanel. Welcome to another Krik Krak video. This one I could not wait to do. If you have stories, please make sure you send them right here to the email on the screen. Also, if you are seeing my face and you're confused, we do have multiple channels. Everything you need is on the lovely QR code right here on the screen. If you're an investor, you already know we here with it. I love you so very much. If you are on the Patreon or the memberships, I appreciate you. If you want to join, make sure, again, love the QR code. We also have a free Discord. If you would like to send your stories, the email's right here on the screen. Please do not send anything to any other email. If you are interested in merchandise, you know May is right around the corner. Make sure you go get that shit. And yeah, let's get into story number one. Hi, Ivana. I wanted to start off by saying, I hope you are doing well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your work and your videos. I find you very inspiring and hope to be like you in the future. Thank you. Y'all gonna make me cry. I be very emotional lately. It's like I got older and I became a bitch. I used to be a thug. Now I'm out here crying for nothing. Like, y'all about to make me cry. Hold up. Y'all can't look. This coffee cold as fuck now. Let me know what y'all sipping on. My name's, I think this might be your real name, babes. We're gonna change it. For future reference, please always send them anonymous, and always proofread. So we're gonna name you Helen. My name's Helen. I'm almost 19 and I'm Haitian as well. I've been watching your content since middle school, and they've truly helped me learn so much more about Haitian culture. Honestly, it's so hard because I feel like my parents and family don't really tell me much. Common. Sorry for all that yapping, but now for the actual story. I will say that this doesn't really have much to do with spirituality, but more of a weird, unexplained occurrence. I'd say it's just a fun story, and I'd be surprised if you even see this. I see it, babes. Let's go. This story started when I was in 7th grade, and I wanted to preface this. I was in middle school, but I wasn't like so young where I think I could have imagined this. I wasn't even still deprived or anything. But anyways, back to the story. I lived in Brockton, Massachusetts, where there were a lot of Haitians, more Caribbeans and Cape Verdean. I was in math class and there was this one Haitian boy. He was the typical annoying comedian in class. Like, he used to make fun and poke jokes at me, but it very much was mutual and just a little thing. I usually would leave class early before the bell, and in our classroom, we'd have these separate cubby things a little close to the door, kind of like when you're in elementary school, but in a space that's not in the classroom. And it doesn't have a door, but still you can see it and you're in the actual classroom. This day, I just went like usually, but I saw him in the cubby room before. I went to grab my jacket and stuff, and I only saw him briefly before he transformed. I don't know, but I swear I only saw him for a second. And then this bright light, I'm being serious, before this light flashed before my eyes, I seen this thing that didn't look human, looked more like an alien, but it's hard to describe when I've never seen anything like that. Like, I went from seeing a human boy to a bright light to the thing. And I swear he disappeared after that. And I was so shocked that I just grabbed my stuff and I went to my bus stop to go home. And if you're wondering, yes, I would see him in school after this, and nothing really changed. He didn't look at me weird or anything, and I guess I just moved on. I don't really have an explanation for the situation, and I'm not really even sure what I saw or if I was supposed to see it, but I'm not making this up. Maybe I was having hallucinations randomly, but I've never had a history of it or using anything back then. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if you know what this means, but this was a funny story I'd like to tell. Thank you for listening. Also, last thing, I love your locks. They're so beautiful. I also have locks. I'm almost a year in. I don't know how long you've had your locks, but it's a really great experience. Thank you. It will be 6 years in July. I love my locks as well. So thank you so much. I love when I get compliments on them because they make me happy that I did the right thing. I think that this is real. And it's funny because if I would have read this maybe 2 years ago or something, I would have been like, girl, bye. I probably would have been like, girl, bye. But the only reason I'm going to be like, this might be a real thing is because I have a friend who has a daughter that explains seeing the same shit. And I've never heard of anything like it. And I would love to hear y'all insight down below if you've ever heard anything like it, because it's a very rare thing. It's almost like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's almost like, I can't really explain it because I feel like many different cultures have a name for this. But I can't really explain it. But first of all, I don't think it's fake, right? But I also don't think what you saw was in real time. I feel like it's something only you can see. I feel like it was more of a spiritual manifestation of that person and what they had around them. Now, you did say you and this boy used to go back and forth all the time. So it could have been whatever spirit that protects him manifesting in real time, trying to scare you and tell you to stop fucking with that kid. Now, mind you, it sounds like the boy was more than likely bullying you or taunting you. But, you know, a lot of spirits have no bounds and they don't give a fuck. And a lot of them have one job to do, which is to protect whoever it is that they're there for. So, for example, like, okay, like in Stranger Things, if you guys ever watch Stranger Things, if you guys remember, there was a little girl in there in the most recent season that was being bullied by one of the boys, and then the thing I can't remember the names right now. The thing came and basically like kidnapped him just because he was being a bully. Same shit, same concept. It's like there's a lot of times there's spirits that protect certain people, and they will manifest to tell you like, yo, stop fucking with my kids, stop fucking with my kin, okay, my youth, okay. Don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff. So I feel like that could be a part of it, whether he was in the wrong or not. Again, a lot of spirits have no bounds. This is actually quite interesting, and thank you so much for sharing your story, and thank you so much for the lovely compliments. Again, I'd love to hear what you guys think about this story down below. This one was titled, My Baby Has the Sight Too, and I ain't gonna hold you, I was dying to read this one. Hey, it's me again, the girl who broke her lease due to a haunted house, and the one who saw her great-grandmother. I remember this. I will try to find it and link it, but a lot of y'all, if y'all been tapped in, y'all know exactly who this is. It's been a while since I wrote to you. I have a 2-year-old baby, and it seems like my baby has the ability to see our ancestors too. My husband's father died when we were 5, so our baby never met him. We never refer to my father-in-law by name. My husband usually says my dad, and I usually say your dad. When our baby was a year old, he looked my husband in the eye and told him his dad loved him. That's so, oh, that would fucking tear me up. He was in his crib and looked up in the corner and started laughing. I said, "Who you talking to, baby?" He said, "Granddada." I figured he wanted to talk to my dad, so I asked him about my dad, and he said, "No, no." My husband told me to stop asking him questions because it was starting to freak him out. I needed to know who my baby was talking to, though. I needed to know what type of action I might have needed to take. So I asked our baby, "Are you talking to mommy's dada or dada's dada?" He looked at us and said, "Dada, granddad, dada." My husband was convinced he only said his dad because that was the last option. So I asked him, "Are you talking to dada's dada or mama's dada?" He looked at the corner of the room again and smiled and giggled and said, "Dada's dada, granddad, dada." Insert my husband's father's name. Now, your kid has the sight. I went through this growing up. Additionally, I have a friend that is currently going through this shit right now, and another friend that has a 3-year-old that was doing this shit since they can talk. Child, let's see if they keep it, because a lot of times it's just a kid thing and they kind of outgrow it, but sometimes it's a lifelong thing, and you end up like me, just seeing dead people all the time. It's not fun, but hey. Then looked at the corner and said, "Okay." Looked at my husband and said, "Dada, granddad, dada, love you." My heart swelled, but my husband was like, nope, I'm going upstairs." He ain't take that well. I mean, it is creepy. It's very creepy. I ain't gonna hold you. I told him it doesn't matter what room he goes to. His dad was already in the house. And to be thankful his dad cares enough about him to send him a message like that, to be honest. Because most people lose a loved one and that's it. I told him to be glad that his dad watched over him and that it's protection money can't buy. My great grandmother is also always around him too, along with my grandfather who died right before the baby turned 1. We'll be chilling and he'll just let me know who's in the room with us. When we go to my grandparents' house, my baby always goes to the chair my grandfather sat in all the time. And he says, "Hey, it's Cece." That's what we call him. I know it freaks my husband out a bit. I'm glad to know my baby is protected by our family, same way I was and still am. Thanks for reading this. Stay blessed and keep making videos. My favorite are the mermaid stories. They fascinate me so much. Thank you so much for continuing to write in. And thank you so much for sharing this, because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that have kids with the sight and they are terrified. They don't know what to do. And it's crazy because I feel like when adults or older people, go around saying they have the sight, everybody just thinks they're crazy. But when it's a kid, they chop it up to imagination or they believe it. But a lot of times it's an imagination or it's, oh my God, it's demons. My parents, I've spoke about this a few times, have kind of like, when I was doing this as a kid, they thought like demons were attacking me and shit. I used to talk in my sleep. I used to cry in my sleep. It was actually kind of interesting, like, because I don't really remember all of it. I remember some of it. I remember most of it like from elementary, but like prior to elementary was when it was the strongest, like pre-K, kindergarten, that's when it was really strong. Hence why I went to Haiti when I was like 6 or 7. I think it is amazing that your baby has the gift. I feel like your husband may not get used to this. I feel like this is something that is going to be very hard for him to deal with because it's not a common occurrence. Like you said, it's a blessing, but for him, it's creepy because when people die, they just die. You don't hear from them again. You don't get signs. You don't see them in dreams. But for a lot of us with gifts and for a lot of us that are open to it, we do get the signs. We do see them still. We do get the protection, right? So, I mean, the protection is there for him if he receives it. I hope that by now, like, he might just be like, you know what, my kid sees people and, the spirits are around and he accepts it. But hey, it is what it is. It's not your fault. The kid didn't do anything wrong. And I think it is lovely. Okay. I think it's lovely. I think it's beautiful. And I mean, I think you should protect your child at all costs. That's another thing. Seeing spirits is not always a good thing. Luckily for me, I only see dead people, but there's some kids, some people that can see everything under the sun. That might be really scary and detrimental. So I will say keep an eye on it because it might not be pleasant for your child at all times. Sometimes it can interfere. So I would just say monitor that, possibly take him to a practitioner to see exactly what he can see, stuff like that. Very curious to see what this is going to manifest into. Again, thank you so much for sharing your story. Everyone, please comment down below what you guys think about this and if you've experienced this or if you are in that same realm, because I'm like, oh wow, this is gang. I'm so used to this type of shit. So I'm happy I could relate to this. I've been able to relate to a lot of your stories lately, and I know I never say this and I feel bad. I should start saying it more. Thank you guys so much for trusting me with your stories on my platform. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, hype the video on your way out. Do something, okay? At least comment down below, crack. You already know, because this is a Krik Krak. You got to comment down below, crack. Again, if you want to share your stories, everything is right here on the screen. Do not send anything to my personal or my other business email. Send everything right here. Don't send them to my DM because I might not get them. Thank you to the investors, the patrons, the people on the memberships. If you are on the memberships, we have more videos coming soon to the one on this channel. So make sure you guys go subscribe. Check out the other channels. Peep the merch. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Bye.